Hello everyone, I am Maheshwari, Assistant Professor, Department of BSc Information Technology at Dr. S.N.S. Rajalakshmi College of Arts and Science. Now I am going to explain about dynamic routing. The routing is nothing but providing path inside a network in order to transfer a packet between two nodes. In dynamic routing, sometimes it is called as adaptive routing, is more complex than the static routing because it creates more possible routes to the send packets across a network. The advantages of dynamic routing. It has several advantages while transmitting a data. In dynamic routing, it is simpler to configure on large network. It can be easily configured automatically when but in a large network, if a link goes down, this technique can choose a better router dynamically, so the packets can be sent over the time. It has the ability to load balance between multiple links. The working conditions of dynamic routing. In dynamic routing, a routing protocol must be installed on every router in the internet work. The router protocol helps for routing, starting manually to enter the first hop of the routing table of one router with routing information, and then the routing protocol takes over and dynamically builds the routing table for each router. The routers exchanges their routing information so that if the internet work is reconfigured or it goes down, the routing tables of each router are modified accordingly. The hosts on a network need only be configured so that their default gateway address matches the IP address of the local router interface. Dynamic routers are simpler to administer and then the static routers, but they are sometimes less secure. If the network is configured or the router goes down, it takes time for this information to propagate between various routers on the network. The routing protocol fundamentals. In dynamic routing, it involves the use of routing protocols that exchange routing information between the routing devices. The routing protocols performs these functions. The routing devices will help to forward the packets over the network, for which it uses various routing protocols. Without protocols, the network cannot be monitored. For that, we can use several kinds of protocols over the internet work. It discovers the remote networks. So this in this it helps to find out the path, that is destination of the packets. Best path calculations to the remote networks. Before transmitting a data, the router can choose a very shortest path inside the network in order to transmit a data within a time. Updating the routing table. The routing table, which contains an information about routers and paths which are free for transmitting a data. Recalculating a new best path in the case of failure of the current best path. If once the path is not able to transfer data, by this time suddenly it choose a new path in order to transmit the data, so that the data cannot be lost and it can be transferred over the network at the same time, and it provides, it supports for a data security. Dynamic routing totally, which provides the path providing in a dynamic order. But in static routing, the routing can be that means the path can be identified only that time, transferring the data, the time of transferring a data. But in dynamic routing, the paths can be altered by automatically when the particular router is not working, or else the particular router is not insecure, the path can be altered dynamically. So it is much suitable for dynamic routing, and also it is a secure as well as it supports for largest networks. There are types of routing protocols. It contains two categories of routing protocols: IGPS and EGPS, interior gateway protocols and exterior gateway protocols. The interior protocols can be further categorized into distance vector protocol and link state protocol based on their operations. A router using a distance vector routing protocol is unaware of the network topology. The link state protocols are more complex, and routers using them aware of network topology. Thank you.